is a thank you to the Morris Animal Foundation. I present you Billy, the young gorilla, Millie and Brandon, the young chimpanzees. These animals are a prime example of what is happening in many developing countries. Primates are killed for bushmeat and the youngsters are taken to be sold as pets. In those areas of the world, tuberculosis has a high prevalence in the human population, and the captors of these young primates can easily pass on the disease onto them. If they are lucky, these young animals will be rescued or willingly entrusted to a primate rescue center in their country of origin. Unfortunately, in many of these countries, there is still a lot of difficulties to access reliable, accurate tests such as PCR and gamma interferon testing for the diagnosis of tuberculosis, therefore leaving a door open to the introduction of the disease in the captive rescued population. When this happens, it reduces the chance for these animals to ever go back to the wild to zero, and is also a very high risk for the transmission of the disease to their sanctuary carers and their families. There is an urgent need to trial and develop point-of-care tests for the diagnosis of tuberculosis in non-human primates and great apes, which can be used in remote areas, reducing the need of highly trained staff, stable electricity and cold chain. This is what the Morris Animal Foundation has enabled by funding this research project. We were able to trial a point-of-care tool which detects gamma interferon in humans onto captive primates in a wildlife center in Cameroon. We also trialed a loop-mediated isothermal amplification system developed by Dr. Kogan from Bristol University for the detection of Mycobacterium from the Mycobacterium tuberculosis complex, which is a group of 7 mycobacteria causing tuberculosis, this on bronchoalveolar lavage samples. The result for the gamma interferon tool looks promising, but more trials will be needed. The LAMP system will also require more work. There is a real need for these tools to reach the developing world in the aim to benefit wildlife, conservation, but also the people of those regions. So thank you ever so much to the Morris Animal Foundation to have been a pioneer in the future of the validation of these point-of-care tools, which could be a turning point in the fight against tuberculosis in captive non-human primates and great apes in developing countries.